Hey, Jorge Estrada, welcome back. Today, the long-promised review of the JB Rax bike rack. The reason why I'm doing this is I recently got that, and there is a few things you have to know before you buy it. They're neither positive nor negative, it's just important to know, and I want to show you this today. Not going through boring loading, unloading. That is, there's other videos out there, better videos. I load from left to right, or if you have just one, of course I have the 5 bike rack, I load in the middle. If you have 2, you take the 2 right next to it, and it's perfectly balanced. Over here I have this little bracket that came with it for smaller tires, so that's for the 20-inch tires, because we do have a BMX going on. And so I'm not gonna bore you with that. Important thing is I looked around and wanted a bike rack that is mounted on the hitch, because I wanted to use the bed cover just to cover up all our luggage and all, so I can use that. I know there's plenty of options for in bed with bikes. I didn't want that. There's also other options where you get, what's it called, a diamond bag or something. It's a heavy duty cover and you can put stuff on top. I didn't want that, so this way I can use both. I use the bed for luggage and stuff, and I just put the bikes here in the back. It is sturdy if you look at this, but there's a few things, and I would walk you through right now, that are very important before you buy, because the instructions are confusing. So I started at the beginning. I ordered it. I looked around for several racks that are hitch mounted, and I like these ones not just because of the price, they were a little bit less expensive, but this structure up here, actually, because these bars are sandwiched in, they actually look more solid and sturdy constructions than others. That was a big deal. The hitch assembly, you have the shocks in there. There's the what they call it, the easy load shocks, so you can actually tilt the whole assembly down. And of course the price looked interesting because it's less expensive than most. So I got it. It was all delivered all on the same day, but I got packages from 3 different people. So I thought it's one box basically has it all. It doesn't. So they have like drop ship or whatnot. So okay, no big deal. Everything is there. I start assembling at the same day, the same evening, and there was parts missing. Very frustrating. I reached out to them. So I barely got to assemble that hitch assembly. That's how you start out. I reached out to them. Great customer service, super fast, super friendly, perfect English. I mean, cannot complain. They wanted me to do a layout so they can see what I have and what I don't have, and I did, and sent it in, and then they responded the same day, said okay, I'm gonna get the parts that are missing delivered to me. Good. Positive because it goes quick, no questions asked basically, except the layout. But then I have to wait a couple of days until that gets there. So if you order that and your trip is in 3 days later, you might want to order sooner, or you can't take it on the trip. So I got it. They sent a box of spare parts, or of the missing parts, but there was also spare parts in there. So, and I said, look, I assembled it all together, and then I said, do you want these parts back? Just send me a shipping label. And they said, no, keep it just in case. I appreciate that. That's really great customer service. So I now have not just the whole assembly right on the truck, but I also have some spare parts. Very, very positive, and I appreciate that. So here's the frustrating part. And I'm gonna send all the links. I'm gonna put all the links in the description. But you start out with a hitch assembly, and the original instructions have a different bracket here in the front. This little bracket is also towards the front and a little bit higher up, because the shocks show being mounted in the front. With these shocks, it's like bump and rebound is vice versa. They're mixed up, so these shocks wouldn't even work when they're in the front, because you drop it really hard or really easy, and then you have to use a lot of force to push it back up. Doesn't work. So then you go on the instructions, that says how to put those struts in, and it shows that being towards the rear, like it is here, like I did, not in the front. So very frustrating, because you have to redo this whole bottom assembly. But I put it together, I tried it out, and I actually like it better. So if you get this brand new and you have those, what do you call them, the slow drop, whatever, shocks, struts, if you want those, don't listen to the original instructions, because it makes you the hitch assemblies all the way in the back because your struts are in the front. So you have to do it this way. If you have them, start out with the instructions how to assemble those, and so you don't have to, like me, you don't have to do it twice. I did all by myself, this whole thing, and I want to say hour and a half, all by myself, but I did it slowly, you know, and make sure I have everything and it's tight and secure, and it is. But the biggest thing is that hitch assembly, if you have those struts, and I do recommend them. It gives a little bit more, you know, there's more contact points, makes me feel like it's a little bit more sturdy. And if you have to tilt it, you can. It's actually pretty easy. You take out these two spring pins. I can demonstrate this, even though I said I'm not going to do anything boring, and I don't have a camera stand because it's windy, and then you wouldn't say anything. So you just take these out, and then it slowly lowers. It would be a little bit faster if there's more weight on it, but that's what it looks like. It's not all the way down, it's just to give you an idea. So, and it tilts all the way back. No, you still cannot open the tailgate, but see, it even tilts on its own gravity. You cannot open the tailgate, but that's no big deal, because when you open the cover, you can still get in from the side, or you tilt it back, you can actually stand in between here and still go in the bed without having to open the tailgate. So that's a big advantage. Then it's probably hard to see, but you push it back up, all pretty easy, pretty quick. Put in your pin so it doesn't fall on your head. It's pretty secure, it's pretty good. No big deal. You have to push it a little bit forward, use a little bit force so the holes line up, but this can all be done by one person. Really, that is a good design, and I really like this because it's a one-man operation, a one-woman operation. Everybody can do that. A child can do that. Another thing that you should know is this one was missing. That's the anti-wobble kit. It was missing in the original, in the first shipment. You will absolutely need this, because when I got it, I thought I can use my hitch pin that has a lock on it, but it doesn't. This one, it doesn't use it. This hitch piece has a thread on the inside, so you actually get a threaded bolt that you thread in, and the good thing is you can tighten it, but I didn't have it in my pocket. The bad thing is all they give you is this. So anti-theft is 0. Anybody can pull this out, undo the threaded bolt, and pull either out the whole rack, be it loaded or unloaded. So you just, again, take it out, pull up. 2 people can do that. Throw it in the back of a truck and your bikes are gone. Or if it's empty, even your rack is gone. So what I did, I went online to look for a lock. I found Master Lock. The hole in the pin, in the bolt where the pin goes through, is 5mm. So for your non-metric speakers, I believe that is 3/16 of an inch. And Master Lock has a lock which with the right shaft diameter. So at least it gives you a little bit of an anti-theft. So it's not too easy. Is it 100%? No, it's not. But it gives you more security, especially if you're traveling. So I have driven that loaded, unloaded for a couple days, but it was all day trips. So if you really take it out on a trip, several days or even out of state, absolutely get a lock. You need the anti-wobble kit, and take your tools. Do not forget your tools. Take your tools so you can retighten that pin or the bolt, the hitch bolt, and your anti-wobble kit. That is important, because for a day, if you go out to the lake or to the park or whatever, it's great. If you really take it out on a road trip, make sure you have those tools. Everything else is really great. I mean, I tighten it down. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. There is no wobble. It is very safe. It is very sturdy. Now this part down here, it does look like a little eyesore, but because it's sticking out, so if you don't have those and you pull this all the way back, it looks more flush. But you know what? I don't care, because it works. I like it, and it's sturdy. So with that being said, that is my experience with JB racks. I recommend them. The quality is good. If you tighten these too tight, you can bend it, but you have several different screw lengths that you have to watch out where you put them in, but all is secure. It all works great. After they sent me the replacement parts and the missing parts, it's all good. I absolutely recommend it, and I wanted just to make sure this is, those things before you buy, because there is a weird, the return warranty or the return policy is weird, because on the one side it says you can't return it just because you don't like it, but if you do have a reason to return it, there's like a restocking fee. So read all of that, see if you agree with it or not. They have different color options, they have different accessories. Excuse me. You can also put, if you have all the bikes on there, they have like a plate you can attach that has your license plate on it and some lights that you then plug in. That is a great idea. They also have a garage stand where you just pull this out and put it in your garage stand, and that has some wheels on it, so you can move it around and use that whole rack in your garage as a bike rack. So it's pretty good design. It's sturdy. The assembly bothered me. The missing parts were a little bit annoying because you had to wait a few more days. But after all, it's all good. You save some money compared to others. Sometimes they offer bundles. The customer service is great, fast, reasonable, and yeah, I recommend them, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna have that rack for a very long time. So thank you for watching, and be safe out there.